Hey there, welcome back. This is another video with Dalton in Cloud. In today's video, we're going to be going over another certification. This certification is going to be cloud-based. Specifically, we're going to be going over the certification for AWS Cloud Practitioner. So stay tuned and we will go over some of the study resources now. So in this, we're first going to break down kind of what the pathways look like. As you start out in cloud, you're going to start out with their foundational certification, which is the Cloud Practitioner. AWS has a similar certification, AZ 900. We will be getting into that later on. There's also several associate level certification routes. The recommendation here, after you get the Cloud Practitioner, if you want to be a Solutions Architect, is to go to the Solutions Architect Associate and then the Professional. I, however, do not recommend that. I do recommend getting an associate level certification, and if you are going for the architect, possibly getting two. So possibly getting the Solutions Architect Associate and the SysOps Associate, and then going for your Professional. Just so you could really deepen your knowledge on the different services that there is to offer. And then if you're going for a DevOps engineer, it's recommended to actually go with the Developer Associate and then the SysOps and go for the DevOps engineer. However, a lot of people actually recommend all three before you go for the DevOps engineer and going for the Solutions Architect Professional, since this is one of the harder certifications within AWS, that and the Advanced Networking Specialty certification. So if that's the pathway you're wanting to go, I do recommend that route. However, on the note of networking, if, for example, you do have get the Cloud Practitioner and then you go for any of the associate level certifications, if you already have a CCNA or even better yet, a CCNP, you could definitely just go and start studying for this right away, I feel. And same thing goes for like the security. As long as you're very familiar with a lot of the best case security practices, you could go into this. And similarly for anything else, such as the database specialty, although I think this got retired, the data analytics, machine learning, Alexa, any of your previous knowledge you could build on top of it. But I do recommend at least getting the practitioner and associate first to build your foundational knowledge. So without further ado, let's begin. So going into here, we're looking at the recommendation training for the Cloud Practitioner. They do give you some practice sample questions. These are very similar to what you'll be seeing on the exam, and they also give you the exam guide. We're going to open this up real quick. It basically tells you it's going to be a really high-level overview of AWS and some of their services, mainly billing, account creation, accounts, some security, shared responsibility model, what their models and concepts are, what security support there is, what kind of support there is in general. So this is really going to be high overview of a little bit of what the technology is, how to set up billing and pricing, because no one likes an unexpected bill at the end of the month. Security and compliance. So as I said, the models and their compliance concepts that they follow, as well as the general cloud concepts. If you did want to get a non-vendor based certification, you can go for the Cloud Plus with CompTIA. However, I think you're just better off going with a specific vendor certification in this route, unlike the Security Plus, which is really good to have. Getting a vendor-based cloud certification is better off, whether it be Snowflake, Azure, GCP, AWS, and we'll go more into those. As I said, we'll go more into those certifications later. So Another thing that they have on here, they have the learning paths, which are very expensive, uh, as with anyone else. Especially if you go for the classroom based. So you can get this if you want, but we're going to show you some tips to get some cheaper options and some maybe better options that'll be more bang for your buck, even if they're not necessarily cheaper. So uh, first off, uh, even if you do get extra study material, it is recommended. Whatever white papers they have in the frequently asked questions and read AWS white papers, read this. Uh, Skim through it, read it all the way, however you want to go about it. But it is recommended to go through this. So here we have the overview of AWS services. We have how pricing works. So here's the overview of the AWS services. They just go into the context of what's the 6 advantages of cloud. You do need to know this for the exam, what types of cloud computing there are, the different models, the infrastructure, the global infrastructure, the security and compliance. So if you just go, you don't need to know this off the back of your hand. But if you could go through this once and then before the exam you skim through this, it's going to really help you out in the exam. Next is going to be the price, how pricing works, and they just have an overview of how the pricing cycle works, how you get 12 months free of cloud, what you always have free, what the trials are, what different pricing models there are, the pricing tools that they have built into AWS, as well as external tools that are available. And they really go into this in depth because they really want to make sure people know what they're spending money on and they don't get a bill and get confused at the end of the month. And then here they just show the different pricing plans, what you're going to get from this, what you're going to get from the developer, pricing plan, business, and enterprise, as far as what sort of support you have, and what the response time is, and what's going to be supported. Now, I will tell you right now, it's helpful to memorize all 3 of these and understand or remember all 3 of these because these are asked during the exam. So it will take you a little bit of time in going over it to really kind of understand it. And so one of the study material resources we're going to be going over is going to explain that. But I just wanted to get that out there first. So white papers, whatever it recommends for the certification you're going for, read them. Okay, so for AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, Ryan Kronenberg did have one of his practice exams on Udemy for a while. I think it's been removed since then. You can't. I know a lot of people recommend Stefan Merrick, and he is actually just got an award as a AWS hero by Amazon. So congrats to him. That's awesome. And don't really know Neil Davis. I actually have to look into his background and what he does within the community. So, yay, new people to research. As you see, it's a growing community. Even there's people I don't know who are up and coming, who are helping the community out and helping it grow. And that's always something you want to see. That means there's stability in the knowledge and stability in the market. There's a need for it. If there's more people teaching it, there's a need for it, and the need is growing. So that's always good to see. This is going to be, I went over this in a previous video, A Cloud Guru, but hands down, I think that this is worth it. If you pay yearly, pay monthly, whatever you would like to do, I do think this is entirely worth it. It's $500 a year for the Personal Plus, and then it's $379 for a year for the Personal Basic. So they recently acquired Linux Academy, I had a Linux Academy account. If you do have a subscription for Linux Academy, you still get the same resources. So if you've been out of the loop for a while, just so you know, if you do still have a Linux Academy account, you can get the same resources as a Cloud Guru, and eventually they'll be merging the two platforms, but they're in the process of doing that now. I highly recommend getting this Personal Plus, uh, only because if you're someone who you don't want to be worrying about any environments you spin up or any applications you spin up uh, when you're building a test lab and getting an unexpected bill at the end of the month, they do have cloud sandboxes where you could actually go in and create a virtualized Amazon, Google, or Azure based environment, and you're not going to get hit with an unexpected bill at the end of the month for anything that you spin up. So you could go in, you could spin something up, you could spin up two, four, six uh, applications at once. You could play around with them, build Kubernetes or Docker Swarm, anything like that. And then you could terminate when you're done with your lab, and you're good to go. You're not going to get a bill for anything that you use. So I do recommend this if you are planning on getting certified in cloud and you plan on doing this for a career, because they do have a lot of updated. They update their content every single month. Their team is only growing. They're one of the top rated education platforms in the cloud right now, and I feel like they're going to just grow even out of the cloud, and just in general IT. They're going to be one of the better education platforms. uh, I don't get paid by them. You don't see anything where I get any sort of link or anything like that. Although if they want to, hint, hint, wink, wink, that'd be awesome. But just in general, uh, they do have amazing content. Here's some of their amazing educators. Um, there's Brodius. He has an amazing platform and he does amazing stuff for the community. There's Ryan Cronenberg, and there's Ellie. So amazing, amazing team. So uh, I do recommend that. So the actual training course, it's going to be, we're going to look it up real quick. So it's going to be the AWS Cloud Practitioner. It's going to be by Ryan Cronenberg. So he does have all the exam blueprints. There's practice quizzes after every major section, and there's one mega quiz at the end. If you're able to follow through with this and you're able to pass all of these quizzes, understand the questions and why you passed, and then able to pass the mega quiz at the end, you honestly don't need any extra practice exams or anything like that. I can almost guarantee you'll pass um, the exam. I know when I went through Ryan Kronenberg's course, I only used his course. I did not look at any extra material. I actually did not take the recommendation and look at the white papers, because they do go over the white papers in the training modules. And I just went through the exam, went through it twice, went through the study resources twice, once at normal speed, once at 1.5 speed, and then I took the exam and I passed with almost a perfect score. I think it was a 972. So I do highly recommend this for anyone who is looking to get into their feet wet with cloud and get into that space. So, and also another thing is, if you, again, we're going to have the link in the description, but if you are looking to get some help finding your pathway and where you want to go in IT, We are going to still have slots available in the Discord. We're going to have it available until we get to 100 members. Then we're going to pause for there for a while, and then once we get to 100 members, we'll start opening it up again for more people to join. Um, it's just going to be a community to help people who want to find their pathway in IT or just get some free learning documentation and tested ways to get certified. I will say before I took this exam, I had zero cloud knowledge. So if you are just coming into cloud and you want to just get your feet wet, you want to know what's going on, I do highly suggest taking this course. With Linux Academy, you can get a free trial. I recommend using that first. Go through your free trial. Make sure it's on a week where you have a lot of time off from work. If you're working, make sure you get all your housework done if you have a house or yard or whatever extracurricular things that you need to get done. Get those accomplished first before you start the trial, and then just really buckle down, start going into it. Um, and I feel like at one point we're going to have a breakdown of people with different scenarios. For example, if you're married, have a child, or anything like that, where just different steps you could take to really help you focus more and prioritize your time. Because that's one of the biggest hurdle. People get bombarded with different things going on in their life, especially once you start getting older. And then it's harder for you to really buckle down and get one of these accomplished, and you think you don't have time. You will have time, especially because with Linux Academy and a Cloud Guru, depending on what platform you have a subscription for, they do have mobile applications for the tablet and for uh, the your phone. So even if you are on a commute to work, you could go through, you could play a video that you've already watched once, and then you could. A lot of these videos are under 15 minutes. So hey, every time you have a 15-minute break, grab a snack, watch a video. Okay, that's one 15-minute break. Next 15-minute break, grab a snack, watch a video. So those are just some tips to really kind of help you with that. I know I had a little bit of difficulty at first trying to find time to study, but we'll go over that later. Other than that, thank you so much for watching the video. This is how you could go and get your feet wet, get your first certification, and probably have a perfect score, especially if you go over those white papers. I did not, and I did not have a perfect score. So if you go ahead and learn from my mistake, you will be able to pass with flying colors. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the Discord, or I will see you next time. Enjoy. See ya.